Hi. As you can see, this is the design roadmap. In these couple of slides, in the next couple of slides, we are going to look at the design roadmap of terminal security solution. By design roadmap, we mean that what are the features or what are the requirements that we have from a terminal security solution. When we implement a terminal security solution, what exactly are we looking at to achieve from that solution? So any terminal security solution needs to be integrated. It needs to provide us with an integrated solution for access control, security authentication or authorization, service audit, and identity authentication, etc. The solution needs to be hierarchical. What do we mean by hierarchical? We'll see in the next slide as well, next couple of slides. It needs to provide us with an all-round security based on the PDCA lifecycle approach. We'll look at this in a little bit more detail as well. And when all these features are combined together, we get what we call a solid defense in our infrastructure. So we need to make sure that our terminal security solution follows these guidelines or covers these aspects so that we can have or we can enjoy a solid defense within our infrastructure. So we can see that the hierarchical nature means that whenever somebody accesses our network, we have a network policy which dictates the network access of users and of terminals. We authenticate their identity, then we check the devices and the users against compliance. If they do not comply with the security posture that we have defined or with the policy that we want to implement, we are going to recover those devices. By recovery mean that their antivirus or their operating system patches are going to be updated. Then they are going to provide it authorized access to the infrastructure. However, even after they have access to the infrastructure, still their activities are going to be monitored, and if there is any anomaly or any suspicious behavior is detected, we are going to respond to that, and then we are going to provide audit services. And while doing all that, we follow the plan, do, check, and act life cycle, which we'll see in the next slide. This is the PDCA or plan, do, check, and act behavior which we follow within our infrastructure. By this we mean that we plan our security or our strategy, we do whatever we are trying to do, we implement that strategy, we check the impact of that strategy, and then if any changes need to be made, we act upon the results and we make those changes, and then we plan accordingly. So all this plan, do, check, act, or PDCA model or life cycle is repeated over and over again in order to keep our security framework updated and so that our entire infrastructure remains secure. This is implemented, or this entire PDCA framework revolves around the PPT model, which is the people, process, and technology, which means that this framework is going to be implemented or going to be decided for the people. It is going to be implemented using processes. Processes need to be in place, and technology need to be used so that we can implement this effectively. So unless it involves the people, it is protected or it is ensured by the processes and is implemented by the technology, we cannot follow this framework. So the PDCA framework or life cycle is dependent upon the PPT model or the people, policy, and the technology model. Now let's take a look at the Huawei's terminal security system or Huawei solution for implementing terminal security. Any terminal security system should provide us defense against, or the defense mechanism that it provides in order to have a solid defense implementation is that it should provide antivirus updates or antivirus implementation, firewalling capabilities, patch management or the operating system update management or patch management, and then other software terminal security, other softwares for implementing terminal security. Unless these features are met, we cannot have a solid defense. So this means that if we have a solid defense, we need to have solid access control, we need to have desktop management, and we need to have security management. So Huawei solution, which makes all this possible, which provides us with all these capabilities, is called Huawei's Agile Controller Campus, or simply Agile Controller. Huawei's Agile Controller is the solution which sits in the middle. This is Huawei's Agile Controller, which sits in the middle, and any users or any devices, whether wired or wireless or VPN users or guest users, whenever they are trying to access our infrastructure or our resources, for example, our email server or our ERP server or any of our business application resources, the Agile Controller sits in the middle and it implements access policies or access control policies using the access devices through which these terminal devices are accessing our network. These access devices could be our LAN switches, our wireless LAN access points or controllers, our routers, firewalls, etc. So using these network access devices, the Agile Controller makes sure that the user access to our IT assets or to our servers or to our data center remains secure. And if there is any issue, if there is any problem while somebody tries to access our infrastructure, if the Agile Controller sees any issue, then it is checked against the pre-authentication domain. Pre-authentication domain is the domain where the authentication servers, where the antivirus update server or the patch management servers exist. And in case all these devices and users are going to be authenticated here, and if we need to update anything, if we need to recover any of the terminals, that recovery is going to be done using the pre-authentication domain. After that recovery has been done, then the users are going to be, or the terminals are going to be allowed access to the post-authentication domain or to the other servers which exist in our data centers or in our IT infrastructure. The features of Agile Controller major features are, it provides free mobility of employees, it's a next generation solution, it provides unified security access and management, the guest access is also allowed, it provides open APIs or open access, which means that it can integrate with any third-party solutions as well. If you look at the architecture of Agile Controller, this is the Agile Controller. It consists of 3 components. This service controller, which is a must-have component, then the service manager. If you have multiple service controllers and you want to implement policies or you want to push policies to them centrally, you can have a service manager as well. And if it's a large organization and we have distributed deployment where multiple service managers are controlling multiple service controllers, we can have a centralized management center as well, which can control the entire infrastructure. And essentially what all this infrastructure is doing is that it is controlling the access of different clients or different terminals which are accessing our infrastructure through the network access devices. So as soon as any of the terminals or any of the users try to access the network using these access devices, the Agile Controller comes into play, jumps into action, and it makes sure that the access is permitted, authorized, and the security posture of the devices that are trying to access the network, their posture is according to the policy that we want to implement within our infrastructure. So here in this slide you can see that anyone which is trying to access our infrastructure is going to be authenticated first. If the authentication check is not passed, we are going to block the access, and once the user is authenticated, then it is going to be checked against the compliance against or the conformity against the security posture that we want to implement. And once the terminal has been checked and if required it has been repaired, only then it will be allowed authorized access to the other IT resources. And finally, in order to manage all this, we have Huawei's NMS solution, which we call the eSite Management Solution or eSite NMS. This NMS, Huawei's eSite NMS, provides network management functionality to not only the security solutions that Huawei implements, but to other basic network infrastructure solutions as well, whether it's routing switching or it's wireless LAN access. And in fact, it even provides management functionality or network management functionality for certain third-party devices as well. the basic network management functionality for third-party devices. What it consists of, or what it comprises is, it comprises a base platform and plus number of modular components which can build on top of the base platform. So we deploy the base platform, and as per our requirement, we can add the modules whenever we need those modules. We don't need to deploy all those modules all at once. If we have a VPN in our infrastructure, we can deploy the VPN module. If we have basic networks, routers and switches in our infrastructure, we will obviously implement the network device manager. If we have wireless LAN environment within our infrastructure, we'll use this module. And if we have unified communication implementation, then we can use the unified UC device manager module. So there are multiple other modules which can be used for, which can be built or which can be run on top of the base platform of Huawei's eSite NMS. The features that eSite provides us with are that we can have skill transfer and knowledge sharing or experience sharing. It builds a knowledge base which can be used by different types of administrators or different administrators, which makes their life, which makes their work much easier as compared to working in isolation. So it provides us with a centralized platform or a central platform, which not only helps us manage the devices, but also share knowledge and experience between the administrators. The NMS automatically, not only automatically detects the devices that are connected within the infrastructure, but it also automatically detects the problems if there are any issues or problems in our infrastructure. The eSite is going to automatically detect those problems, whether those are related to performance, whether those are related to device functionality or whatever. Those problems are identified and can be escalated to the administrators or any other tools that we are using. The diagnostic fault identification and troubleshooting is quick. We can perform it with one-click operations. And you will be seeing this, by the way, in one of the later modules in detail, which is a module which is dedicated to the functionality of eSite. Here we are just giving you an overview that multiple one-click functionalities help you identify and troubleshoot the problems in a quick fashion without a lot of hassle. What eSite does for us, or what this NMS does for us, is that it helps us identify the quality issues and service quality issues and network quality issues as well. So if the network devices are facing any degradation, or if any of the services running on the servers are facing any issues, the NMS or eSite can help us identify those problems and issues in real time and troubleshoot those problems appropriately. The eSite solution itself, not only can it manage our network infrastructure, or IT infrastructure, and it can manage our security infrastructure, but the eSite solution itself provides us with security functionality within it. We'll see that, and we can see that it provides us with the security management very effectively, which means that if we have multiple firewalls, instead of managing those firewalls and other devices one by one, we can have a centralized management control, which means that we can do the planning, we can do the configuration, we can implement the policy, and then do operation maintenance and monitoring from a centralized platform, which is our eSite platform. And as I said, it not only provides security to the IT infrastructure, but the solution itself is a secure solution. It provides 3 levels of security. It provides access side security, server side security, and the device communication security, which means that the administrators who are accessing the NMS, eSite NMS, we can control their access by using access list and implementing or defining which users can access the NMS and which users cannot access. Then the data which is residing on the eSite servers, it is in the form of encrypted data. The database is encrypted, which means that the data itself is secure. And then the communication which is happening between the eSite server and the network devices, it is also secure by using the protocols which provide secure communication or encrypted communication. For example, SNMP v3, it provides secure and encrypted communication. and this ensures that the communication happening between the end devices and the NMS itself or the eSite server itself, it remains secure. So this way, the eSite server not only provides management of security devices within our infrastructure, but it also provides a secure solution itself. This management solution or the eSite NMS solution itself is a secure solution. So this is an overview about eSite. As I said, we're going to take a detailed look at the last module of this training, in which we are going to see how the NMS works, the protocols that it is based on. There you are going to have a detailed understanding of eSite, which is Huawei's NMS solution. So this was the first module of this training, in which we gave an overview of terminal security. In the next few modules, in the next few videos, we are going to look at the different aspects of terminal security, and we are going to explore the concepts of terminal security in a lot more detail. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next videos.